Oh my God, who the hell cares? Breaking news!
You're not funny.
This is Sparta!
Fortnite Save the World news. Breaking news with me, Litanah. Now, what we're looking at today, we've changed up the format of the channel a little bit, but what I want to start with today is talking about Kalevala Act 3, which is looking so exciting. So now players can actually go into the game and actually work through and finish off the story in Kalevala. And I've just got to say, Ray's voice acting in that has been absolutely fantastic. The story and the writing that's actually gone with it has been worth the wait in my eyes. Let me know what you think down below, but I definitely think that the wait has been worth it, and it's been great. Rather than be a rush job, and we see that in so many games, I'm looking at you, Battlefront 2, but you know, rather than rushing through games and trying to get them out early, Epic's actually took the time, paced themselves, despite all the barrage of comments that they've got from Reddit, from myself, and from, you know, from everybody in the community, really. You know, they've actually paced themselves and they've delivered something absolutely fantastic. Now, for those of you that saw the voice acting video earlier on today, you will have noticed that there's some huge actors in there. Epic Games have invested a lot of money into Fortnite Save the World, and although Battle Royale is probably the huge moneymaker at the moment, and Season 7, even as a Save the World player, you've got to admit it's fantastic. It's been absolutely great with the planes and everything else. Fortnite Save the World is still something that I think Epic Games is hugely invested in, and something that they're still going to pour a lot of money into. It's going to be so interesting to see where it takes us next. I can't wait for the Twine story when we get a new biome, or whatever it may be. I would like to see the Stonewood biome changed, I think, or maybe the Plankinton biome changed. One of the two. So keep the biomes that they've got now in those early areas, but just change one of them. So you've got, as a new player, I would like to think when the game goes free to play, that new players have actually got, you know, 3 different biomes to go through. I think the transition from Stonewood to Plankinton feels a little bit bland because nothing changes when you get to Plankinton. So it would be great to actually see, you know, start off in Stonewood like we see, and then maybe change it when we get to Plankinton. I'm not sure yet. Or maybe make Stonewood a little bit more rural, like when Ramirez first arrives at the home base, or the commander first arrives at the home base, make it a little bit more rural, like make things like just being set up. So have some like half-built tents, maybe a half-built base, maybe some underground missions that you've got on there, because it's pushing, you know, the husks are pushing us underground. Something like that would be great, but let me know your ideas down below. Alright, next up then, Griddle has been under fire because he put some spoilers on Reddit, and what actually happened is he didn't put the flare on there, like tag the thing, if you like, as having spoilers in it. Now, we've all made mistakes and things like that. Now, if that was anybody else, someone would probably just write on there that they were a little bit annoyed, or just put in the comments, you know, don't forget to add spoilers. But because it was Griddle and he's a creator and is a successful creator on Twitch, then he's come under fire a lot, and the post quickly turned into a hate thread. I think it was this happens a lot on Reddit, and I think this is a thing that an issue that I have with Reddit a lot. The fact is, on Reddit, they're not always as supportive as they could be to creators. Now, some Reddit people are. I'm not going to tar everyone on Reddit with the same brush. I'm on Reddit, I've got friends on Reddit. Do you know, I understand that there's different people out there, different strokes to different folks and all that. However, I do think sometimes, you know, Reddit can turn quickly into a hate thread. I don't post there very much anymore at all, just because everything that you put as a creator, you tend to just get a lot of flack back for it, and it's not always worth it. And I think Reddit sometimes has a little bit too much clout when it comes to changing developers' minds and things like that, which I don't always like as well. Reddit's got its fan favorites. I've got my fan favorites as well personally, but it's kind of like, if you don't agree with the crowd, then you're going to come under fire from Reddit, and I just don't think that's a healthy, there's no healthy discussion on there as such, if you know what I mean. It's just kind of, you go with the majority or you're going to get flamed, and you're going to get flamed hard. Now, that's okay, you know, if you like that kind of thing, and some people like that kind of discussion. It's probably just not for me, that's all. But Griddle is an absolute great guy. He went to the Epic Games HQ. He's got a fantastic Twitch channel. His streams are really fun, and you know what, it was nice to see a few people getting behind him as well, you know, to actually back up them haters as well, and I'm sure that Griddle actually appreciates that. And you know what, he's been putting out some great streams lately, especially in particular, just because he's been going through the canny missions, and he's great with his subs as well. Which takes us on to Christmas news. Now, in Christmas news, what we've actually found is the Christmas event's coming up really soon in Fortnite Save the World. Now, what's good about that is there's been, in the dev update that we saw, there's been a few little leaks in the background. We saw some stuff that was in there, like we saw potentially an endless mode that's in there. Now, that could be really interesting, and I can see people then going into teams, you know, min-maxing out the groups, making sure that they've got a good squads, making sure the support and tactical squads are great, making sure that they've got great friends on to play with who know what they're doing. And you know what? what, this could be so much fun. I think this is what I wanted Horde Bash to be like, kind of seeing how many waves that you can actually survive. And I would love to see screenshots of people, non-Photoshop screenshots, mind, but just to see how well people have done. And I think this will be great to show on videos, just to see how far people can get. Now, obviously, I think when we do it, we're definitely going to feature this on the channel, and seeing how far people can get. I'd love to see stats on things like that as well. But I think that is one thing that Fortnite Save the World is missing a little bit. We've got nowhere where we can see like stats. We don't know. I mean, I know we've got Storm Shield 1, but I don't mean them kind of stats. The kind of stats that I would love to see in game are, what's the most husks you've killed in a single mission? What's the highest DPS you've ever done from a single weapon? What's the gun that you use most commonly? These are all easy stats that can be pulled off, and I think there would be a great integration into the game. But what it's going to do, this new Christmas event, if it has the endless mode in it, it's actually going to have on there the stats on, because you can actually pick yourself now against your friends, or you could go on Reddit, or you could go into Discord, or speak with your friends and just speak about how far you've actually got in the endless mode. Something that I really loved that was in Gears of War, the games that used to be on the Xbox, a series on the Xbox. I think there's a new one of those coming out soon. But it's one of those things I think that would be really good and give Save the World that bit more of a competitive edge, which I think it really needs. And more modes like that will be so welcome. More breaking news. One thing that a lot of you might have known, if you're regulars on the channel, I'm pretty sure you know this already, but we were actually featured on the official Fortnite community page on YouTube, which is absolutely massive. I went to bed that night. The video was doing okay. It was on about 2,000 or 3,000 views, which is normal. It was one where we did the Tower of Death. So those of you that watch regularly will have seen that, So it's one where we built like a big 10-story trap building where we were just trying to lift husks up to the top and then fling them out the top. But what was cool is the official Fortnite YouTube channel actually put us on there and actually featured us on the community page, and we're still there right now for people to see. And I think it's great because the last like 20 or so posts that they put on there were all about Battle Royale. So it was so good to see a Fortnite Save the World video actually getting up there. And hopefully we're going to see a lot more of that as well. Hopefully we'll see some David Dean, some Checker, some Griddle Cradle, some Aiden Harris and all those guys, and we'll see those on there as well. But that was absolutely great to see. Okay then guys, so we are keeping these short. As I said, they're just little news blasts that we've got on there. If you've got something that you want to talk to me about, I am going to put a news team together in the Discord who are going to be responsible for going out on the internet and actually bringing new information to us as quick as what we can get it, so that we can update this. And I think we're going to run this once a week. I am going to put a schedule up on Twitter about what we're going to be doing in the future, because we are going to now have set days where we're going to be doing all different things. Things like stupid science builds like we did before, weapon reviews, we're going to be doing Fortnite Save the World news. We've got a ton of stuff coming up. But do you know what? Your help is always appreciated on there. But that's all that we have now for Fortnite Save the World news. Massive thanks for watching, guys. If you're not part of the Litanah army already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.
Oh my God, who the hell cares? Breaking news.
You're not funny. This is Sparta!